Beloved saints, today's 5-minute message will begin examining the 6th book in the Redemptive History series, the Eternal High Priest of the Covenantal Oath. When we look in 1 Chronicles 22 verse 5, it states that David made thorough preparation with all his heart and strength to fulfill his lifelong desire to build a temple. With great zeal and all his strength, David joyfully provided all the materials needed for the construction of the temple in great abundance. Beside all these materials, he also gave gold and silver from his own possessions for the temple. David's zeal for God's temple did not end with material preparations. He also made detailed preparations for the offering of sacrifices and the temple services to be rendered after the temple was built. These are the characteristics of the temple service order that David structured. First, David structured the temple service order just before his death. People often think that it was Solomon, the son of David, that structured the temple service order as he built the Solomon's temple. However, the temple service order was structured by David before his death, without even seeing the temple. How was David able to do this? The details of the pattern of Solomon's temple were made clear to David in writing from the hand of the Lord. Even in his twilight years, with death just before him, David beheld with faith the glorious temple that would be built according to God's covenant and the offerings to be made therein. He prepared without ceasing so that these works would progress flawlessly. Second, the temple service order was commanded by God. When we look in 2 Chronicles 29 verse 25, David did not create the temple service order of his own accord. It was instituted at God's command and thus of divine origin. David followed the command of God to organize the Levites, priests, musicians, and gatekeepers to serve in the temple. Third, the temple service order was organized into 24 divisions for each duty. When David counted all the Levites over the age of 30 to serve in the temple, the total came to 38,000. The 38,000 Levites numbered in 1 Chronicles 23 verses 4 to 5 were divided according to their duties. There were 24,000 to oversee the work of the house of the Lord, 6,000 officers and judges, 4,000 gatekeepers, and 4,000 musicians playing instruments that David had provided. These priests, Levites, musicians, and gatekeepers were organized into 24 divisions. For example, the divisions of the priests can be found in 1 Chronicles 24, verse 7. It states, "The first lot fell to Jehoiarib, the second to Jedaiah." 1 Chronicles 24, verses 18 to 19 states, "The 23rd to Delilah, and the 24th to Maziah. This was their appointed order of ministering when they entered the temple of the Lord, according to the regulations prescribed for them by their ancestor Aaron, as the Lord, the God of Israel, had commanded him." Beloved saints, despite his advanced age, David devoted his heart to organizing the divisions of the priests and the Levites who would serve in the temple, as well as delegating and structuring their duties. David truly lived a blessed life that sought only to glorify God even until the last moment of his life. I pray that we will be like David. Until the last moment of our lives, let us live a church-centered life, seeking only to glorify God. I bless in the name of the Lord.